Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I don't know whether I'll be putting this story up, this video up before the other one or not, but I'm here and I'm sorry for being away for so long because for me and for you, because I really enjoy doing this, but I'm going to put the first video up first that I made so you'll sort of know what's going on. Okay, so this is my next part of this journal thingy that I'm doing because Rachel and Sarah and her mum are doing this, Roxy Creations, and I've actually put them in the book. Look at this, I put them in the book. There's me bunny rabbit, there's me flowers, which I love, and here's me butterfly. Now the next one was for, because I need to get on with this, I've been doing stuff so I haven't had a chance to get much done. We needed to put on some an old piece of quilt and a house, a cottage house. Okay, so that's what this month of April is for. And I couldn't find an old piece of quilt. Okay, I found this actually just a minute ago, and this is like, well, this is not quilt, but it looks really cool, doesn't it? It would have probably done the job, but you never know, I might be able to use that for a house bit or something. So I decided I'd use old material and make myself a piece of quilting, so that's what I did. I put vintage, I've got some vintage fabric, not so much, this one really is, this one's really old, and so was that part of it too, I think. This one I think is as well. This one not so old, but anyway, so I did my own piece of quilting. I sewed it all together first, as you can see. I did it all by hand, and then I just quilted it like in little squares. Okay, so I hope that's going to be acceptable, because that's what I needed to do. I love the colours, and I want to make a house, of course. We're going to do a house. So that's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking to put my house onto that. So I'll just put this over here. Now, I do have, well, I just showed you this because I just picked this up off the top of the box that I was working on. So I've been sorting out my craft room, and I mean really going through everything, finding the most amazing stuff. You know, you just got no idea. Neither did I. No idea. Anyway, we were doing really good, me and hubby. We're doing really good. Now, I don't know if I want to use that. Might look all right as a roof. What do you reckon? The roof, because it could be corrugated, can't it? Like so. Okay, I don't know, we might have a try at that. I might cut that out for the roof. We get maybe not so florally, because then I can put some flowers and things around on it. How about that? Well, so I don't end up here cutting out 900 things because I get it all wrong. We need a triangle, don't we? We do, we need it. Look at this. Just so happens I have one of these. It's not actually a triangle, it's good shape for a roof, isn't it? It will work. It will work. Now, if I do put a pencil line on here, I want to put, I want to make sure that I cut it off, that I don't leave it. I do have some disappearing ones, but they're not there because I've taken away a lot of stuff that I'm not using all the time. So I'm just going to get this little business here. Where's that coming to there? That's a bit long. I'll just chip that off, won't I? It's got a bit long. So I want to go along that, along that line. It might have been too big, but we're going to start somewhere, aren't we? Put that back in the thing. I'm going to train myself, put myself back. I really need to do that. Okay, so I have a line here somewhere. I'll cut along here, and I'll cut that bit. I'll have that bit. I probably should have, well, this is way too big, but we're going to cut it there to what size we need it to be, okay? So I don't want the pencil line there. I don't want that at all. Now, I know me, I'd be here forever trying to make a shape. And then, you know, get it wrong. Maybe I've already done it wrong to start with, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Now put that back in the box where it was. Okay, I can do that. Very good. Now, I have sorted out a lot of this stuff here, a real lot of it. Look at that. Okay, we haven't even found the bottom yet, have we, at the base? Now I'm thinking, I don't know which way this would go, but I've put that flower that way, so I've got no choices, have I? I don't have many choices. So if I have that for the roof, I'll just take that little tiny, oh no, he might stay there. I could pull it off there. I'll stitch it down, don't worry. I'll stitch that down. I'll trim this up under here a bit better. Now I hope when I make these decisions I'm happy with them, because I've got to do some stitching. I haven't got time to be too indecisive. Well, this is cool. This is cool. No. House. How big is the house going to be? Cottage thingy. It needs to be a cottage thing. Okay. And what I would have done or should have done was do this, you know, go that way and then this way. Nope, wrong, Sonya. You got to put it like that, Sonya. Okay, that's only a small one, that is. Maybe if I do that, is it going to look level? Oh, you should just fold it in half. That's the way to deal with it, isn't it? Fold it in half that way. Nearly didn't do it properly. Nearly made a mistake. Is that going to work? Yeah, okay. I'm going to cut it off like this. I think I'm going to do it like that. That's a roof look, isn't it? Hey? Hang on a minute. Yeah, just not panic. I sort of visualised something in my brain and then it just flew out straight away. So anyway, I've got that bit. I'm going to use this for the edge because I've seen people doing this. Amy was one of them, doing this, using a bit of a frilly off something for an edge, for the edge under the roof. Which I don't like the roof no more that I've chopped it off. I don't like that. Ah dear. Well, goodness gracious me, Sonya. Righto. Sorry about that noise. Here I have bits of, there's all bits of material with things on them. Right. Don't know if I need anything like that. I'm just going to use something out of my bag here, I think, out of one of these bags. The roof. Oh, that's too close to that colour there, isn't it? A few more. Some. Oh, here we go. Look at that. There's bits. These are only some pieces that I had that I've been putting away. Look, there's bits there. Scraps. And there's a house too, I see. But I won't use that. I'm going to make my own house. So let's do some test driving on a couple of these bits. See, here's a good house. He's on a piece of furnishing fabric. But I'm not going to use that. I didn't think I wanted to. Oh, wow. Look what I've got here. I do like these bits. I can see why I have put those in in the packet together. And I do that. I'm sorting and I think, oh, that's a good piece. I better keep that piece there. That's a good piece. And I'll put this in a particular bag, that nice piece. And I was thinking about using that. But that looks a bit cakey. No, it doesn't look like cake. I'm not keen on the white. I do like the frill. I like the frilly bit. And maybe me put that down there. How about, I do like these pieces. These are vintage bits off a, not going to be able to handle that. Oh, here is a nice bit. I do like to start with a pretty basic background, which I probably should be trying to venture away from that, shouldn't I? I should probably go out there and be a bit braver. What do you reckon? I think I should be brave. That's awful small. It's a bit small, that one. Now, I've thrown it around here everywhere, as I do ordinarily. As I do. That's a flash bit. And flat through. I like this. Roof. Bit bigger would be nice. Gee, this is old. This is off a piece of sheeting. I'm sure that's what that is. I mean, I could have had some of them when I was a kid on the bed. Yeah. Now, you must be careful too when you're picking out something to sew, because sewing by hand is a really good way of doing things. But if you have got some fabric that is really tightly woven, oh, you'll be crying by the time you finish, because it won't be. It's really hard to stick the needle through there. So you don't want anything that's a polyester, because your polyester cotton is not a good idea, but it is okay. Polyester completely is not good. You can use so many different things. I'm here just drinking out of me water glass, looking around trying to find things. Well, look what I did find. There's me houses in here. Look at this. These are me little whimsical houses that I was half works on. Ah dear, look at that. I do love them. Aren't they cool? This is things like I have to keep working on. This is neat, isn't it? I put all these aside to do them with. And I started these a while back. And I haven't quite finished this one, I don't think. Or that one, as you can see. I do love doing things with houses on them, so that was weird. It was just, I thought, oh, lace, because they were sitting on top of it. Because I haven't done this side of the room yet. I have not done that side of the room yet, so I've done one side only. What the heck have I got here now? Sorry, when we're saying that, I should be saying, and where's me sewing things? Where's me sewing things? Me materials here. Some, I haven't. I don't think I've sorted through this yet. Oh, no. I must be able to get something out of here that I can use, surely. I like that. You know me with the colours thing, but maybe I should be brave and just head off somewhere in a different direction. I don't know. What do you think? Well, that's interesting. I should go off in a different direction. That could hurt my mind. I don't know. I do love to use things like this. But the colour's just way over the top, isn't it, for me? And I guess we've got to do our work in our own style, because what we like to do, you know, is good. Our own style. Right, I can't show you these things I started working on back in the year dot. Because, my goodness me. Look at this. I'll have to show you this. I know I'm supposed to be doing something else, but this is my extent of my cross stitch. I do not enjoy cross stitch at all, and this is as old as the hills. I think there was a big lake down in front of it and some gooses or something, and I never got to do that, so because I was just so not patient enough, I suppose. I don't know what my excuse. I don't want to make excuses. Yes, I've had some really nice starts on some good things. There's a good thing there that I did. I might continue on that one these days. Don't start sorting, Sonya. You're supposed to be showing people what you're going to do next. I like that blue lit for a roof. Oh, I do like that blue for a roof. Well, this is nice, isn't it? I'm really worried about what's going to look like with my background, though. That's my only issue. So what's going to look like with my background? That fell. And that fell. So these are... Oh, that's nice. I was looking at the wrong side. See me this? I'm shocking and showing you everything else. This is a stump work piece. I've actually started a bit of stitching on that bit. I've sewed on some tiny little shells. Now they're not on these things here, are they? Aren't they cool? Got little bones with their little... So I painted that first, and I actually think this is his hat there. I'm going to show you this because I can't help myself. I'm sure this might help you with what you want to do. If you wanted to sew something like this. because I really do enjoy my embroidery, as you well know. So this is his hat, and this goes on his head like this, because then you just have to finish. I haven't finished making that, by the look of it. It's inside out, there we go. So that'll go on his head there, and he's looking out that way, and they all are, the people. So this is all stitched here. Look at that. Look. And that's been there for about, I can honestly say, over 20 years, because I reckon I was working on that for my youngest daughter was born, and I painted the sky a bit, because this is my, and here's the bits behind here. I really love how that works. And then I've got tiny little shells, which I need to go, and I've got some beautiful shells, and they're actually in the shed where my gopher is, so I'm going to get hubby to bring them some in so I can just get a few out that I can use occasionally if I need one, because they're really hard to come by and find them to be very expensive. You know, and I don't understand, but I suppose they're not easy, like I said, they're not easy to come by unless you live on the beach or something. But these ones that I've got, I think a lot of them had holes in them. I don't know, but a lady used to collect them, and it was gifted to me ages ago. And I've got a whole heap, and I'm not going to use them. I just know I won't use them. But anyway, so that was that bit. So we've shown you that. Now, I do like, for this, I do like the blue. I think that's going to make a really neat house. It's not going to be that interesting, but it's going to be a really neat house. It's got a flower on its roof. No, let's just make this square first, or whatever shape we can get with what we've got here. I'm going to put this all on my clean table. It's okay, I'll put it back in the bag. Nobody panic. Right. Wait a minute. How big's this got to be? Oh, I'd make one of them whimsical ones, couldn't I? I do like the way that is. I do like the shape. And now I've got, this is a roof. It turned it into a roof, Sonya. Really? Okay. All right, just keep going. You might surprise yourself. That's a bit big, a little bit too big, but not so much. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. This is a really nice piece of material. I know I've got more, so I shouldn't be chopping it to pieces, but I have got more. Okay. That's nice. I do love that roof. I do. I'm going to shorten it a tiny bit. Not too much now, because you'll take it away. It's a peel if you do that. Now that goes there like that. Righto. We've got that bit sorted out. I really love this one. This is really nice, isn't it? For a bottom bit, too bright. There's too much blue there. Too much. Alright. How about this one? How about this? The bricks. Oh, look at this. This is bricks. Okay, I'll tell you anything. Now, this fabric's okay to use to sew. It is not a cotton one as far as I can see, though. I'm just going to cut this piece out, and then I'll decide how big I'm going to make it then. Oh, what's this thing on YouTube or Facebook, maybe, somewhere, where there's a lot of people put on these things that they watch, and then you can go and see what they are. And this person got a cupboard, like a chest of drawers, a small one, and they put it against a brick wall, and then he painted it, and when he did, you couldn't see it, because he painted it to blend into the brick wall. Gee, that was clever. That really was. I couldn't believe. I thought, this is amazing. And then you just open the knob. You couldn't see it was actually sitting there. Yeah, cool. Really good it was. There's some clever people out there, isn't there? Some really clever people out there. Oh dear, I do like this now. How we going? Yes. Right, we're friends with that. Okay. Now I'm going to have just a tiny bit on the end of each one. Not too far, because I don't know how I'm going to utilise that bit. I want to put it, it's got to be a good size, I suppose, because I need room for doors and things. I need room for doors and bits, so I'm going to cut this up here. Hope that's right. Hope I didn't make it too small. And plus I've got a cutting line, which is really cool. I love a cutting line. Now, put that under there. And put this bit on top of there. I'll bring it down a tiny bit. We've got it to the side because I think the eye likes to see things to the side. I really wanted that piece to be showing, but that doesn't matter. I can sew. Bring that down. Will I put that down there further? Alright, I'm not going to worry about trying to keep that bit because I can sew these pieces, can't I? And then I can make myself a little garden at the bottom. That like that. I like this bit. This is cool. There's a bit of wrinkles. Okay. This is going to have to be cut off a little bit off the bottom. Not too much because it's going to be a tall house, isn't it? It's got a high roof. Got a high roof. It's going to be a tall house. Like that. Okay. Now I want a chimney. This looks chimney-like, doesn't it? I suppose. But it doesn't have to. I mean, it's your interpretation of what you'd like to see the little house sitting out there. As, I wonder if I put it on the front. How that would look. Maybe on the back. Maybe that'll go on the back. I don't know. It will. This should be easy enough to sew too. Righto. Now I need a piece to go across the bottom there. I reckon I'd like to put a piece across there. Okay, that lace. I like all this trim too. This is cool. That's pretty flash. I don't go out of my way to do anything too creative, do I? Oh, well, you know what I mean. I'm a stickler for what I know how to do, is what I'm saying. I like to know. I like to follow my own guidelines or something. It's what's in my brain, I guess, what I'm doing. It's all in my head about. Now I'm going to save these little pins because I've got to get a lid on them. There's some bits of, what's the name here? Laces. They're probably just sitting here waiting to find a home. Right. Yes, that's what they were doing. Waiting to find a home. Now. Okay. Right, I see what I've got here. Yes. That's nice, isn't it? These circles. Ooh. I guess I don't do the same as other people, but I don't. When I say that, we all do our own style, don't we? This is very raggedy looking. I wonder if it's there's a bit of muck on there. It's stained. I just feel I don't follow what everybody else is doing. I just do my own style. Hang on, here we go. This is what we. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? This is going to be pretty. I like that on there, don't you? Yes, I do like that on there. And then I want to put something up through here, like, you know, a vine or something. I've got a nice one growing up through the tree out the front. We have to pull it down occasionally because it just gets too much and it'll choke the tree. Do you think it's too laid back? Do you think I'm too... Okay, alright. I'm trying to get this... How I'd have that there. Would I have that there? Could come off the end like that, so you still got the blue behind it. Okay. This is neat, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. But I didn't start off with anything like that, so I can't really use that on this. Look at this thing. What is that? Isn't that neat? Wow. Okay, so I've got some little flowers. Okie dokie. Maybe I should just sew my own flowers. Let's see what I'm going to do with this house. Kind of sort of come to a bit of a stop here. I don't know what sort of thing I'm looking at doing. I've got no idea. But you do learn, don't you, as you go along. It'll all come to me. I'm sure it will. I know this is really nice stuff, and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to cut that out of there. Okay, nobody panic, it won't hurt it. Whoops, one more. Strange window, that one. But then it can be a window because I'll get a square put behind it. What do you reckon? A square of... bit of calico maybe. Not going to be able to see that very plain though, are you? You don't need it to be sitting out too over the top. I'm thinking this roof has got to get them down a bit further. You've got to cut that off a bit further, it's too high. Righto. That's better. And this would look better up in here. Right, so that could be a window up in there, don't you think? Right, now we need windows here and a door. Windows and a door. I'm a stickler for the pattern. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. That's what I like. That's what I like. Do some nice embroidery on it. We're supposed to be having fun, not stressing out about it, are we? Somebody's stressing out. Too big. We have some room for a few windows. Excuse me. Right. And we need some, I like that. I'm going to fill this back. So there's one of those skylight thing. Oh, it's not a skylight. This is a room in the window in the upstairs room, isn't it, of the house? Do I put that on a side bit or not? I don't know, put it a bit higher. Righto. Now, the windows can be that one. You think? Oh, hang on, you're going to put this bit on. I think I might put this bit on still. Right, okay, pretty. I need a fence. I need a fence. What have I got for a fence? Or a gate or something? Now you've got to imagine that you want to put a fence along there, so let's get something fence-like. If we can find a fence-like type of piece. Righto. Okay, yes, this one here it is, look. That there. I cut this out a different way because I thought I'd use it as a different thing. Okay. Right. So it's the same on both sides. Now, where's some bigger scissors here somewhere? I know they are. I had a minute ago. There's just here. I have probably got something better that I could use for a fence, but I think this might work somehow. I've just got a feeling that this might work because I've seen Amy do this too this morning, so I'm taking this a few steps from her. Taking a few ideas from Amy. Putting this across here. Like that. I just want that to hang down. Wait a minute. I wonder what it looked like that the other way. Like there's things growing on the roof. Oh, I don't know, that mightn't be too bad. Okay, so the idea with this was to cut down your posts and make a... I don't know who came up with this idea, but I thought it was quite cool. Wait a minute, we make sure we got the right size first. Alright, did the fence come all the way to here? Maybe it can go right down the bottom. There we go. Righto, this is going to be a... I'm winging this, okay? So I'm going to cut down there, and down there, and down there, and down there, and then just eyeball this, and down there, down there, down there, and just cut out the blue. Probably would have been a good idea if I had made a line of where I was going to cut to, wouldn't it? This is clever. Amy said who did this. I don't know who was. This is clever. I know when I was doing it, I thought, oh, how am I going to find a piece of material I can do that with? It was sitting there waiting for me. So cool. Now I'm going to try and do this bit now, so I can just have that blue going in the middle. Okay. And I'm probably going to cut it back a bit, the height of the fence. The height of the fence might be a bit too high. Okay, so we're going to cut this back here. Now if you put some stabiliser behind this, you know, like some Visifix or something, it would have worked a lot better. You know, it would work really good. And we're going up to here, and it's working anyway because I got a really good piece of fabric here, I think. It's working nicely for me. And I'm just going to run some Vaseline through that. It's a shame I haven't got two panels. It takes a bit more work, doesn't it? Just keep going with this for a minute and just see what happens. I can always change my mind. Yes, if I don't want to do that, I can always change my mind. So this is the fence going along here, right? And we'll be where the door is. This piece is going to be cut out a bit further. You're going to be able to see where the door is, but then you need a gate, don't you? You have to have a gate. Maybe the fence doesn't come in front of the house, like in front of the door. What do you think, eh? Just this far. Righto. That up there. I'm going to have to cut this one a bit more off this one. I love stripy fabric and I love spotty fabric. I love all sorts of fabric. What am I talking about? I love all sorts of fabric. So I'm going to cut these down a bit because they're too long, of course. Making confetti now, we are. And the top ones, they could probably have a tiny bit off them too. I'm doing this first in case I don't like it, then I'll chop it off, can't I? You see what I'm doing? Dear, oh dear, sorry. Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. Right. There's a bit too much behind that. Too much flowery bits, I don't know. I'll let it sit like that. Now I know it's a little bit skew with me fence, but I'm going to go in and fix that up. I can go and fix that up after. I'm thinking about putting that there though, because I want to I did just do some embroidery flowers across this or something, couldn't I? Okay. Okay, I hope I'm in the shot here. Now this is going to keep me awake, so I figure out what I'm going to do with it next. A smaller pair of scissors would be a lot easier too, Sonia. Okay. Righto. Stuff everywhere. Righto, now. This one here is very short and a lot higher, isn't it? And besides that, it wouldn't be exactly, because part of it might have sunk into the ground or something. You don't know over the years, you know. I could put a few little rocks on this, I suppose. Cut this up here. Go across here. Go this way. Okie dokie. Days go slow now, don't they? Oh well, sometimes. Just depends. Sometimes I'm getting along there pretty good, and other times I think, oh dear, I've got to do so much still. Now, that doesn't look right because it needs a piece across the bottom, underneath it. This probably would have been an easier way to do this too, maybe not. I don't know, we'll have to see. We're going to cut this across here. I do love constructing things as long as they go right for me. I do love doing constructions of stuff, but I've not ever really done a lot on videos, like as far as making... Although I suppose I ever did a fairy house thing one time. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Well, see, I thought now I can just put this behind here. Look at that, I'll have two posts, see? Hang on a minute. Yeah, nobody panic. We'll be right. We got that bit, because I cut that long. Put this bit over the top of it. A bit higher up, a bit skinnier. It needs to be thinner. This little post is too thick. And then when I sew it, I'm only going to be able to do it down the middle, and I can't be too... Whoops. Right. So you want to put this behind here, Sonia. Like so. It doesn't look like a corral, does it? Not really, no. I don't know if the lady cut hers out. I didn't really notice whether there was... I don't know who the lady was, but gee, that looks good, doesn't it? I do like that. Now, sorry everybody, it's puffing in their edges. But look, I think it looks awesome. And I think I'm going to put a gate somewhere. I don't know yet. What do you think about that? Isn't that cool? You can make anything with fabric. You really can. So I have these little round bits and these little timbers. And I don't know what I'm... Actually, this will make a really good doorknob. Look. It's a different sort of style of doorknob. Look at that. It's a nice doorknob. I need to get some windows. And I better go because I'm going to run out of time, but I will come back and I'll show you what I've done when I get that bit done so far. And I'll find some windows to put on there. I think that turned out pretty cool, don't you? And I'll fasten it down. I will take this and sew it on there. So it's given me a bit more room to put some more flourishing things on, or something, flowers or something like that on there. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I'll come back after and I'll show you how much more I've done with it in a couple of days. I might not get it done this month, and it doesn't really matter. I'll catch up with it along the way. I think I might have to turn that back down that way. Or even get something a bit more substantial. You know, I think I might need something a bit different along there. I don't know yet. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for all your new subscribers. And thank you so much for everybody's kind comments. And I'm sorry if I left and didn't let you know I was going. And It was a bit of a surprise to me as well. If you watched the video before this, you'll know why. And but my husband's such a good man. He just wanted to help me because all I've been doing is complaining about getting it done. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.